I think is missing, what I've seen that is missing, in my personal opinion, is that guy that you're talking about that knows his role, and he's also there to educate the younger player. Why isn't it more of those guys around so you can get more production out of the younger player?
Well, they're starting to. Well, that was my role a couple years ago when I retired as shooting coach with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to talk to the cast as well. You know, you got to be able to talk to these kids and get them to understand what their roles are and try to help them buy into it by using your own experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to the kid to accept the teaching. I was young and ambitious at one time. And when you're young and ambitious, sometimes you're not trying to hear that. You know, I was assigned to Julius Randle. And I was working with him. And I was working with his shot. But at the same time, I was like, it's bigger than your shot. It's bigger than your shot. You got to keep your nose clean. You got to, you know, learn how to play with your teammates. It's bigger than just your own individual development. You're trying to make this, you got a wife and kids. You're trying to make this a career. You want to, you know what I'm saying? So you're talking from experience to try to help the young brothers so they all understand from a personal point of view what you're doing as a professional. You teach them how to be a professional. But some people get to understand and accept what you're teaching.
Okay.
You can't look at it like you're a part of this coaching staff. I don't like the coach, so I'm not listening to you because you're feeding me a bunch of BS. That's not it. Because everybody on the coaching staff are individuals. They're all different. Some people care about people, and they're going to pay it forward. They're going to pass you the knowledge. But you have to be open and accepting, or else you're going to miss a gift that you're past it.
I totally agree. I mean, if everything centers and revolves around you in regards to your career, you have to be the anchor in your own life before you have someone right your ship. No one can right your ship, so to speak.
No, exactly.
So, you know what? Now I want to go back to your career. How did you choose UCLA?
Oh, it was a weird process. My top 5 schools was UCLA, UNLV, Villanova, Louisville, and New Mexico. New Mexico was, okay, if I'm going to go kind of mimic my high school career, put up a bunch of numbers, and leave early, and just go leave early, I would have been playing with Luke Longley, who was a good big at the time, you know, in college basketball. It would have been a good 1-2 connection. So that's what the thought process with New Mexico was. Louisville, I would have been playing with my cousin Allen Houston, but his dad got the Tennessee job, so Allen went with him to Tennessee. Villanova, I love Rolly Massimino. If I went to the Big East, because the trend at that point was the best West Coast players were going to the Big East to get that exposure. So if I went to the Big East, I would have went, you know, I love Rolly Massimino, and I would have went with him. So those eliminated themselves. It came down to UNLV and UCLA. And where UNLV got eliminated at, and I grew up with Stacey Augman, so I went to UNLV King Camps. I coached my dad in junior college. So I was definitely a running club. But when they got caught on their sanctions and their you know, the infamous picture of one of the players in the jacuzzi tub. When that came to a head, then the obvious was UCLA. And I grew up a UCLA fan. I've always loved what Wooden did with the program. I was able to play in front of my family. This was my fan base. So UCLA was the obvious decision from the beginning, but it went through a process of elimination, and everything eliminated itself for UCLA with no competition.
And when you that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was you and Don McClain, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me
We had
about.
9 pros on that team.
Yeah, what was that again?
We had 9 pros on that team.
That's what I was about to tell. Tell me about that experience.
We were loaded, man. It was the best 3 years of my life as a person growing up and developing from a boy to a man. I grew up, I played with most of those guys, and we all knew each other very well. And as I said again, man, we've had 9 or 10 pros. Me, Don McClain, Richard Butler, Derek Martin, Gerald Madsen, Rodney Zimmerman, Ed O'Bannon, Tyus Edney, George Zedek, and Richard Petruska. That's 10. We've all full pros. So we did well, but I think we underachieved with all the talent that we had on our team. And I think the reason being is that we didn't have enough balls. So we had 6 guys on that team that averaged over 30 in high school.
Wow.
So how are we going to all sacrifice and be effective? You know, you got guys that need to score. They need to get the ball up. So those who did sacrifice, we weren't really getting their best. And those that didn't sacrifice for them, we didn't help them bring their best. So, in a nutshell, we went Sweet 16, first round knockout second year, and then Elite 8 our last year. That's when we really loaded Elite 8 year. The reason why we got beat that year was we faced Indiana the first game of the year that year, and we blasted them, beat them by 28 years. Then we see them in the Elite 8 game. You think Bobby Knight's not going to make any type of adjustment?
Exactly.
He made a couple of adjustments, switched a couple matchups, and they ended up beating us by 28.
Wow.
2 both lopsided games of 2 teams that played with each other that I've ever known of. And it was only a couple of different adjustments, but he made them, and he made them at the right time. That was a classic example of what happens at the beginning of the season and then what happens at the end of the season. He made the adjustments. That team peaked at the right time. They ended up going to the Final Four instead of us.
Okay, here's a question about college basketball. Do you ever think it'll get back to when me and you loved the game of college basketball?
The only way college basketball can get back to being where college basketball was is you got to eliminate the one and done. If you eliminate the one and done, allow those kids that want to give it a shot in pro, just let them go like they were a while ago, like Kobe and LeBron and did. Let them go out of high school. Now you eliminate the players, the student athletes that don't want to be a student. You let them go. They're achieving what they want to achieve. But you have room for those who do come to school. You have to stay for at least 3 years. If you're going to leave early, it's going to have to be home. Now you have the fan base that gets to know the player. You have the player that gets to learn a little bit more and get better. And they're around the college basketball enough to improve and get confidence. It's not just I'm just here for 1 year, so I don't care what happens. If I'm here for 3 years and we need to get to March Madness, it's going to help. My draft stops if we win and if we advance in the tournament. Honestly, it's still the best time to ever play basketball, March Madness.
Exactly.
I've also been an NBA champion. I've been in the playoffs, all of that. You have 7-game series. You have a couple of games to get right and make adjustments to win. You don't have that much time. It's win or go home with NCAA. It's the most pressure atmosphere that you can play in. You really find out who you are as a player when you can play in that situation. I love that time of year. I love that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I love performing at the height of that type of pressure in front of millions and millions of people watching. That's the best time to play. You know, because if you don't take care of things, you're taking it behind home.
Exactly.
So you have to sacrifice. You have to bring your best every night. You know, you ain't taking no nights off because you got 6 more games left in the season. You got to go now. So to me, it's still the best time to play basketball, the NCAA playoffs.
Okay, I got a suggestion. You can bounce it to whoever you want to. I believe that the tournament would be better if, you know how when we were younger, it was Big Monday, Super Tuesday, and things of that nature.
Right.
How about, instead of just the Big East, the Big Ten, and those schools, how about getting some Cal Irvines and the schools that me and you know because we're fanatics, but start putting those smaller schools in front of people. That way we can grab hold to some of these obscure names that we only find out in the tournament. So when the tournament starts, we'll be looking forward to seeing those guys. I think the average fan is tired of seeing Indiana, and Indiana hasn't been good in 10 years. They're tired of seeing Seton Hall, and Seton Hall hasn't been good and God knows how long. If we start seeing these obscure schools, then it creates, because the atmosphere is about 30% of the game in college. We see these small gyms rocking, and it's a totally different situation. Think about, like Rod Strickland said, by DePaul playing on WGN, that's what got him to DePaul. Remember that little cracker box gym that DePaul used to play in? It sucked you guys in. It sucked you guys in. So if we start seeing the Cal Irvines, the Louisiana Techs, and those schools on television, it'll make March Madness that much greater, because now we're mad that Southeastern Tennessee State didn't make it, because I saw them one night. I saw them 3 times this year, and they had a hell of a game. What do you think about that?
Now, from a basketball fan point of view, I agree 1,000% with you. I would love to see the Cal Irvines, the Pepperdine, you know, all those small schools get an opportunity to get on TV so people can see what they're made of. I mean, we coach players with our AAU teams get more schools. So for a selfish reason, I would like to see Cal State Fullerton more, because we had a couple of guys on Cal State Fullerton last year. So we were behind one of the stars of that team was our kid. But it's like, yes, I do want to see more of them. But from an NCAA and TV point of view, it's the TV people's fault, because what they want is they want eyeballs on TV. So who are we going to put in this game slot on prime time? Are we going to put North Carolina Duke, or are we going to put Pepperdine versus Irvine, or even the 10 o'clock game? Who's going to stay up on the East Coast for Pepperdine and Irvine? It's like, that's what they're doing. That's the decisions that they're making. They are assuming that people don't want to see it, instead of putting it on there and let's see what it draws.
Because I really believe it would work, because they have no problem putting those same football teams on TV, and those teams are rating. So why not put a basketball team? Because a basketball, even though I love football, being a former football player, I love football, but I will stay up. I stayed up later to watch Johnny Selby play at New Mexico, because he's a Chicago kid, and it was just like, hey man, this is good basketball. I just, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why not put, because we keep, because again, I saw you play as a freshman, sophomore, and junior. I saw Baron Davis play. I saw Ed O'Bannon play. I walked through you guys' career, so you guys created a brand. If you start putting Wichita State on TV, like the fact that, think about it, you were on the West Coast. I only saw UNLV play about 7 times outside of the tournament in their heyday.
Right.
That's criminal.
Right.
I mean, I didn't see Gerald Patio. I didn't see State's was it Armin Gilliam. I just saw those guys in the tournament.